Now, a devastating review of maternity services in Nottingham by the senior midwife Donna Ockenden has been published today. It comes 4 years after her final report on failings in Shrewsbury and Telford. Well, she's still working with people here after returning to help build bridges between the hospital and harmed families, and is cautiously hopeful that communication is improving. Well, our health correspondent Joanne Writtle has more.
It's 4 years too late, but they're listening, and that's positive.
With a son so severely disabled due to failings at the Royal Shrewsbury Hospital, the Rev'd Charlotte Cheshire could be forgiven for walking away from hospital bosses. But she's among families pushing them for change after Donna Ockenden's report 4 years ago, which found more than 200 babies and 9 mothers could have survived with better care. 94 children, like Charlotte's 15-year-old son Adam, suffered life-changing injuries.
I think it's improving. It's improving slowly, but the new and current chief executive is very keen to actually work with families.
Around 4,000 babies are delivered here at Shrewsbury and Telford Hospital Trust every year. After Donna Ockenden's final report in 2022, families said the Trust didn't communicate with them. 2 years later, she had to come back.
So there's been a lot of catching up to do. But we are now starting to see real significant progress in that relationship between families and trust.
There is a family board that is working together with the trust to say, this is what we need to see. We need not just to see headlines telling us you've improved, we need you to demonstrate it. And this is what we need you to do. And the hospital trust are listening.
The Trust says it now has a consultant obstetrician in the delivery suite at all times, and Donna says an independent auditor has been scrutinising evidence of other improvements the Trust says it's made.
My understanding is that within the next 6 weeks, families will be able to hear her findings. And as far as I'm aware, the findings are pretty positive.
A film of Charlotte's story will be shown to new staff in Shropshire.
I might be next in your clinic, expected to trust you, a clinician who did not harm me or my child. But will it be easy for me to trust you? Never.
With meetings between Donna, families and the Trust now established, she's cautiously optimistic.
A bit like Nanny McPhee in the movie. You know, I'll stay for as long as I'm needed, and when I'm no longer needed, I won't be there. So let's say I'm hopeful that my time in Shropshire is coming to a close, but I don't know that for certain yet.
Shrewsbury and Telford Hospital Trust said today's review on maternity services in Nottingham would bring back painful memories for the families we let down, and we're truly sorry for this. We'll reflect carefully on the report, ensuring that its findings and the voices within it guide us in the care we provide, adding we remain focused on ensuring lasting improvements in the care we provide, while making sure that the experiences highlighted through the Ockenden review are never forgotten. Charlotte now wants a statutory public inquiry to look at maternity across the country.
I think we're at the point where the level of harm is so catastrophic. We need something where evidence is required and subpoenaed, if needs be, to make sure we actually get to the bottom of these issues and solve them, because there's too many.
And our health correspondent Joanne Writtle joins me now in the studio. I mean, what an incredibly difficult day for those families in Nottingham, and of course it will spark memories for the families in Shropshire too. And Shropshire was where the first major maternity review was carried out by Donna Ockenden. Did she, Jo, learn any of the lessons and take any of the lessons from that and apply them to what she's done in Nottingham?
Well, yes, but firstly, Charlotte Cheshire, who we saw just now, echoed the thoughts of many families in Shropshire when she said to me today that her thoughts were very much with families in Nottingham when she watched that press conference with her disabled son, Adam, by her side. Now, Donna Ockenden says she will remain in Nottingham for 2 years to oversee improvements there, and she says she'll do the same following her next reviews in Leeds and Sussex, and that's largely because of what happened or what didn't happen in Shropshire when she had to return there 2 years after her review to improve communication.
And in Shropshire, the separate police investigation, that is still continuing.
Yes, West Mercia Police launched Operation Lincoln, a major investigation back in 2020 into the care of mothers and babies who died or suffered serious harm. Now, 6 years on, that is continuing. Police say it's complex and understandably sensitive. Interviews with current and former members of staff began a year ago and are still going on. Now, a spokesperson said the priority was ensuring affected families remain at the forefront of that investigation.
And next week there is the National Maternity Review by Baroness Amos, isn't there?
Yes, that national review is next Tuesday. There'll also be 12 individual trust reports, among them Sandwell and West Birmingham, so families who had their babies at either the Old City Hospital in Birmingham or the new Midlands Metropolitan University Hospital in Smethwick. Now, crucially, the recommendations, national recommendations that Baroness Amos makes next week will then be used to form an action plan by a maternity and neonatal task force chaired by the Health Secretary. There are experts on that task force from around the country, as well as Shropshire families and families from elsewhere who've suffered harm. So more to come on that next week. Meanwhile, some families want a statutory public inquiry. The Health Secretary, James Murray, said today nothing was off the table. And he also said that having spoken to families, he said some want a public inquiry and he said others take a different view.
Thank you, Joanne. I know you'll keep us updated. And if you've been affected by anything in that report, you can go to the BBC Action Line website.